Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Morris.
And I'm Wendy Brockman. Thanks for joining us.
We will remember. Those three words will forever symbolize July 20th here in Aurora.
Hundreds of you took part in a day of remembrance on the first anniversary of the theater tragedy. The day started off with a memorial service to remember those lost as well as the survivors and to show support for their families and friends and our community as a whole.
This is a story of resilience, not just of Aurora, but of humankind. Every community faces adversity at times, and we're no different. But adversity brings out the best in people. Through our sadness and tears, we have grieved. We have supported each other in healing. We have survived. And we are finding ways to move forward.
As we remember, we go forward. And part of remembering the incredible loss that happened a year ago is being able to appreciate how incredibly beautiful this day is, and that we almost have an obligation to immerse ourselves in life and commit ourselves more strongly, not just to our family and our friends and people we know, but to those who we don't know, who without a moment's warning might need our help and our support.
I stand here before you kind of representing all of the healthcare providers, first responders who were a part of that night. And I am so sad for your loss. I see it every day, and it breaks my heart. But I do want to say that it is absolutely a miracle that 58 people survived that night.
Help us, Father, to stand with those who mourn, to pray for those who need comfort, and to be with those in our community that are still going through difficult moments.
One senseless act does not, cannot, and will not define us as a community. Instead, it is the innumerable acts of kindness, love, and caring for our neighbors and ourselves, and the acts of community heroes that define who we are. I hope that all of us are inspired to be more caring, compassionate, and thoughtful to our families, our friends, our neighbors, and our community. Always remember. We will always remember Jonathan Blunk.
A.J. Boyk.
Jesse Childers.
Gordon Cowden.
Jessica Galway.
John Larimer.
Michaela Medic.
Matt McQuinn.
Veronica Mosier Sullivan.
Alex Sullivan.
Alex Teves.
Rebecca Wingo.
To sing
It's been a year since that terrible night, and many of us are still hurting, still trying to heal.
Yeah, healing was a big part of the Day of Remembrance. Everything from spiritual counseling to donating blood to taking part in a service project.
We're working on hopes and thoughts for the future, where you trace your hand and you write a hope or thought about the future, and then we hang it up on the wall behind me. And it's just about coming together, I think, as a community and thinking about everything the future holds for us.
Some are heartfelt messages from the past. Others are simple but powerful, all hoping to help heal.
I wrote a quote that was basically just talking about how people don't realize that the smallest things can turn a life around, just like kind words and like listening and just going over to someone who you know just obviously needs help, and just being there for other people can change a life.
17-year-old Kendall Kimbrough decorates the healing wall, a wall designed to share messages of love, support, and hope. Kendall, a Rangeview High School student, didn't know any of the victims, but like many, she was touched by the tragedy and now wants to be a part of the recovery process, taking part in one of the many service projects.
Just to support everyone that's been affected and to keep our community strong and as a community.
Those directly affected by the tragedy appreciated the support and also had the opportunity to take part in creating the healing wall. It was a positive moment for the family of shooting victim Ashley Mosier, her aunt and cousins lending a hand or two to support Ashley, who is now paralyzed, and to remember her 6-year-old daughter Veronica Mosier Sullivan, who was killed, putting together little pieces of hope to stop the hurt.
We're just here together, and that just makes me feel really good that we're not doing something really big, but you know, it's a little piece of hope that we're giving to these people.
And Maria Molina, the young woman that you just saw there, is a student at the Community College of Aurora. She decided to take part in the service project because she had friends in the theater that night. They made it out okay physically, but are still dealing with emotional scars. The healing wall is on display here at the Aurora Municipal Center.
Many of you took part in another service project July 20th that may not be as lasting as a healing wall, but still shares the feelings of love and hope. The name of the project, Healing Mandala, is probably new to most of us, but the meaning behind it is universal.
Blue or yellow?
Blue or yellow? Okay.
At first glance, this may look like any kind of sidewalk chalk art, but it's actually a very special form of healing.
What the community members are invited to do is to fill a circle with the feelings and the thoughts that are in their heart right now. And the circle is meant to contain what they are feeling right now and kind of process the ceremony and memories from a year ago.
These circles, being decorated so carefully and with so much love, are called mandalas. The word mandala comes from the classical Indian language known as Sanskrit. Loosely translated, it means circle, but it's much more than just a simple shape. It also represents wholeness.
The mandala image and the idea of this kind of art therapy is done quite a bit with children, but also done with adults in part of therapy. And so we thought it would be a neat project for the community to come together and do together.
I am drawing this flower, and each petal, obviously it's the colors of the Colorado flag, and each petal is going to, when I'm done, have the name of all of the 12 victims that passed away.
Bailey Levitt didn't know any of the victims personally, but had friends who knew A.J. Boyk, who had just graduated from Aurora's Gateway High School when he was killed last year.
Kind of feels like I can actually do something small, you know, come out with all these people who are feeling the exact same things. You know, like I said, it's been a year, but it's still every day I think about it.
The tragedy is never far from Kimberly Bladd's mind either.
So we're going to make our little Batman family, and hopefully they can protect the people who aren't here any longer.
Batman is one of 3-year-old Brady's favorite superheroes. The Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises, was playing in the theater that night.
It's hard as a mom to know whether to bring him out here or not because you don't want to scare him. but at the same time, it's reality, and we all have to go through it. So if I can kind of control the atmosphere and, you know, do fun things, then hopefully they can learn how to adapt with bad things that are going to happen in their life, you know.
The Day of Remembrance and the Healing Mandala were very important to the Blad family for another reason. Kimberly, Brad's brother is an Aurora firefighter, and then another relative is an Aurora police officer who was one of the first on the scene.
Yeah, and thankfully, Mother Nature has protected those mandalas by keeping the rain away. You can still see them. They're located outside the Aurora History Museum at Alameda and Chambers. Well, the Day of Remembrance also included some more traditional forms of healing. We found these folks taking part in Tai Chi right here on the Great Lawn of the Aurora Municipal Center. Tai Chi is a type of Chinese martial arts. The slow movements are believed to help reduce stress on both the body and the mind. Other more traditional healing activities included yoga and even back massages.
Healing from any kind of traumatic event takes time. Fortunately for all of us here in Aurora, there's a place we can now go to get help. The Aurora Strong Community Resilience Center opened earlier this month. It's open 6 days a week and not only has a trained therapist on staff for one-on-one counseling, but also offers group counseling, health and wellness classes, and arts and recreation. Everything is geared towards helping us learn how to cope with difficult situations and become stronger, more resilient. The center is located in the garden level of the former Hoffman Heights Library at 1298 Peoria Street. All of the services and classes are free for Aurora residents. For more information, go to 720recovery.org. The center hosted several events on the actual anniversary of the theater tragedy and will continue to offer support to anyone in Aurora who needs it.
And there's also another place you can get help, and it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the Aurora Strong Trauma Recovery website. You can find it at aurorastrong.bluesunsupport.com. The interactive website walks you through the different phases of trauma and teaches you coping skills by using videos and self-tests. The site even helps you track your progress. Again, you can find it at aurorastrong.bluesunsupport.com.
We'll have a little more from the Day of Remembrance at the end of our newscast.